What if in the next 24 hours, you could shift something invisible inside you and watch money start moving toward you as if reality itself bent in your favor? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But what if it is? Because there was once a man who spent his life proving that reality isn't as solid as we think. His name was Jacobo Grinberg, and he disappeared mysteriously in 1994, leaving behind pages of research that most of the world still hasn't seen. Grinberg wasn't just a scientist, he was a seeker. He studied psychology, neurophysiology, and shamanism. He believed that behind the physical world we see, there is a vast invisible network, a field of energy and consciousness that connects everything. And if you learn how to work with that field, you can change your life. He called it the Sintergy Field, a fabric of reality that responds to your thoughts, your emotions, your attention. According to him, what you see as money, luck, or success is not random. It's energy drawn into your experience when your mind aligns with it. And here's where things get strange. Because hidden in his private notes, Grinberg described a small daily practice, a mental ritual that could shift your energy so quickly. He said it could magnetize resources, people, or opportunities within 24 hours. The few who knew him personally said they saw this happen. Money appearing, problems dissolving, doors opening. Imagine that for a moment. Instead of chasing money from a place of fear or scarcity, you become the magnet. You stand still, and the world rearranges itself around your inner frequency. In this video, you're going to learn that exact technique, step by step, just as Grinberg taught it to his closest students. This isn't about wishing or hoping. It's about shifting your inner energy so strongly that the field around you has no choice but to respond. Most people only know Jacobo Grinberg as the missing scientist, but what they don't know is that he left clues. Fragments of experiments showing how focused human thought could bend random events, how synchronized brainwaves between two people could merge, creating shared perception, and how the mind could send patterns into the field that later appeared as physical reality. These are the forgotten secrets buried in his work. Secrets so powerful, some believe they were the reason he vanished. One day he was planning a lecture, the next he was gone. No body, no goodbye, only silence, and yet his legacy whispers through time. It says, reality is not fixed, it's waiting for you to shape it. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever felt like you're trying so hard and nothing moves, this could be the shift you've been waiting for. Because over the next few minutes, you'll learn how to use your mind not as a tool of struggle, but as a tuning fork, aligning your personal frequency with the frequency of abundance. You'll see how to dissolve the inner resistance that blocks money from flowing to you, how to send out a mental signal so clear, so emotionally charged, that the universe responds in less than 24 hours. And if you stay with me till the end, you'll not only understand the science behind it, you'll have a simple daily practice you can start using tonight to call in the money, opportunities, and freedom you've been waiting for. This is not just another Think Positive video. This is about working with the energy fabric of reality itself, and it all begins now. Welcome to Awakened Synchronicity, where ancient secrets meet modern minds. If you're ready to awaken your own power, tap that subscribe button, join our community, and let's begin. Before we talk about the actual technique to attract money, we need to understand something deeper, something Jacobo Grinberg believed was the foundation of everything. He called it the Sintergy Field, and it begins with a simple but shocking idea. What we see as reality is not the whole picture. It's just a fragment, a tiny slice of something much bigger, invisible and alive. When Grinberg used the word energy, he didn't mean electricity or calories. He meant the subtle currents that flow through and around all things, the vibration of thoughts, the emotional charge of your feelings, the invisible patterns that shape what appears as physical matter. He said our brain acts like a filter, tuning out most of this field so we can focus only on what seems useful for survival. In other words, Your mind is not seeing reality as it truly is. It's building a version of it. This was the heart of his Sintergy theory. According to Grinberg, there is a vast energy continuum that holds all possibilities at once. Every object, every thought, every potential event. Your brain takes only fragments from that continuum and stitches them together to create what you call your world. That means the world you experience is not fixed. It's a projection of your perception. It's your personal map of the energy field, not the full territory. Grinberg believed this filter can be shifted, and when you shift it, the reality you experience changes too. Imagine you're wearing colored glasses without realizing it. Everything you see looks tinted, and you think that's how things really are. Now imagine taking off the glasses. Suddenly you see colors you never knew existed. That's how he described human perception. We walk through life seeing only what our mind allows us to see, while the rest of the field, the abundance, the opportunities, the connection stays hidden in plain sight. To prove this, Grinberg spent years running unusual experiments. In one study, he connected two people with EEG machines to measure their brain waves. One person would receive a light flash, while the other sat in silence in another room. Strangely, the silent person's brain showed responses as if they had also seen the flash. He called this transferred potentials. It meant their minds were communicating through the field outside of space and time. This was his evidence that consciousness itself is not locked inside the brain. It extends into the field and can interact with the energy around it. To him, this explained telepathy, intuition, and even spontaneous healings. And it also explained how thought can shape physical events. If your consciousness is woven into the field, then focusing your thoughts can ripple out into it, reorganizing the patterns you later experience as luck or money or coincidence. Grinberg warned that most people are unaware of this field because they are trapped in repetitive mental patterns. Their thoughts loop like a scratched record, feeding the brain the same data over and over. This creates a rigid version of reality. The same struggles, the same results. He said the key is to break the loop and open your perception to more of the field. When your perception opens, the energy patterns you can interact with multiply and reality begins to shift. He also described how emotions charge these patterns. A thought alone is weak, but a thought infused with strong emotion becomes like a signal beaming into the field. Joy, gratitude, and belief send clear signals. Fear, doubt, and scarcity send chaotic ones. The field mirrors back whatever you transmit, like an echo. If you radiate abundance, the field echoes abundance. If you radiate fear, the field echoes obstacles. For Grinberg, this was not just theory. It was a blueprint of how reality works. He said your brain doesn't produce consciousness like a machine. It receives it like an antenna pulling waves from an ocean of energy. Change the antenna's frequency, and you receive a different world. This is why he believed inner work is the most powerful force we have. When you shift your inner energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your expectations, you are literally tuning into a new slice of the field, and the outer world begins to rearrange to match it. This is the secret he hid in plain sight. Reality is not solid. It's selective, and you are the selector. Before we dive into the actual steps of the technique, you need to understand something that Grinberg said is more powerful than any ritual, any method, or even any action you could take. Your beliefs. According to Grinberg, your beliefs are not just ideas floating in your mind. They are energetic programs, like the frequency a radio is tuned to. And just like a radio can only play the station it's tuned to, your life can only receive experiences that match the frequency of your beliefs. If you believe the world is hard, that money is scarce, and that you must struggle to survive, your mind tunes into the part of the field where scarcity lives. You won't just see scarcity, you will experience it. Opportunities will pass by unnoticed because they don't match your inner signal. But if you believe that money is energy, that it flows easily, and that you are worthy of receiving it, then your mind tunes into a very different part of the field. The brain begins to select different patterns from the Sintergy Field patterns of ease, abundance, and synchronicity. Grinberg explained that this is not imagination or wishful thinking. It is how perception works. Your mind constructs your reality by selecting from infinite possibilities, and beliefs are the filters that decide which slice of reality you get. This is why two people can live in the same city, walk down the same street, and have completely different lives. One sees only problems, the other sees possibilities everywhere. They are walking through the same world, but their inner frequencies are tuned to different channels of the field. One attracts scarcity, the other attracts abundance, not by chance but by belief. Grinberg warned that most people carry hidden, unconscious beliefs about money that sabotage them. These beliefs often come from childhood. Money is evil, I don't deserve wealth, people like me never succeed, rich people are greedy. These are not just thoughts, they are energetic signatures. When they sit inside you, they radiate outwards into the field, and the field mirrors them back as reality. This is why simply working harder often doesn't change anything. If your belief is still broadcasting scarcity, the field keeps giving you scarcity, no matter how much effort you pour in. He said that changing these beliefs changes your frequency, and when your frequency changes, your world must change with it. This is the real key to attracting money in 24 hours. It's not about forcing reality. It's about becoming so internally aligned with abundance that the field can't help but echo it back to you. So, how do you do this? Grinberg's method breaks it into 4 steps. Step 1. Clear internal blockages. This means uncovering and dissolving the beliefs that hold you back. To do this, Grinberg advised sitting in silence and writing down every thought you have about money without censoring. Let the hidden voices come out. You might hear things like, I'm afraid of losing money, I never have enough, I don't deserve to be rich. Once they are on paper, look at them, say them aloud. Then ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Most of them will crumble when questioned. Imagine these beliefs as old electrical wires in your system, draining your power. One by one, you unplug them. You don't fight them, you simply stop feeding them energy. Grinberg also said that fear is the strongest blockage. Fear creates tension in the brain, closing the perceptual filter even tighter. When fear runs the mind, it can't see opportunities even if they are right in front of it. So as you clear your limiting beliefs, speak directly to your fear. Say, I see you, I understand you, but you are not the truth. Let the fear soften and fade, like mist in the morning sun. This opens your energy system and prepares it to receive. Step 2. Raise your vibration. Once the old beliefs are cleared, you must replace them with energy that matches abundance. Grinberg said, the fastest way to do this is through emotional resonance. Gratitude, joy, and surrender carry the highest frequencies. When you feel them deeply, your brain begins to synchronize with the abundant parts of the field. He taught a simple practice. Sit still, close your eyes, and think of something you truly love. A person, a place, a memory. Feel the love expand in your chest. Let gratitude fill you until it overflows. Then, without words, let that feeling radiate outward like light. This is not just emotional, it is energetic. Your brain waves shift, your neurons fire in harmony, and your consciousness begins to merge with the field. This emotional state becomes the signal that calls abundance to you. Surrender is also essential. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing control. When you stop trying to force results, your energy becomes fluid. The field can then respond. Imagine holding your hand open instead of clenched. Abundance cannot land in a clenched hand. Step 3. Visualize money as already here. Grinberg said that the brain doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something real. When you visualize with strong emotion, the brain encodes it as a real experience and begins reorganizing your perception to match it. So, once your vibration is high, close your eyes and imagine that the money you desire has already arrived. Not that it is coming, but that it is here. Feel it in your hands, hear the sound of it, see the numbers in your account. Let your body feel the relief, the excitement, the gratitude. Stay in that feeling until it becomes natural, like a memory. This impresses the pattern of abundance into the field. The field then begins arranging circumstances to make it true in your physical world. Step 4. Use affirmation or mental statement to align with abundance. While you hold this emotional state, speak a clear mental statement. Grinberg often used short present tense phrases like, "I am aligned with abundance. I am a magnet for wealth. Money flows to me now." He explained that these statements work because they focus the mind's electrical activity. Neurons fire in specific patterns when you speak with emotion. These neuronal patterns radiate into the Sintergy field like ripples. The field receives the pattern and begins reflecting it back. Here is where Grinberg's unique twist becomes crucial. He said that neurons are not just chemical machines, they are energy emitters. Every time a thought fires, it sends a pulse into the field of space. Billions of these pulses form a complex interference pattern, like waves overlapping on water. This pattern interacts with the universal field, which then organizes reality around it. Most people send out chaotic, conflicting patterns, fear mixed with desire, doubt mixed with hope. So the field sends back mixed results. But when you send a clear, focused pattern infused with emotion, the field locks onto it. This is why you must combine belief, emotion, visualization, and affirmation all at once. This creates what Grinberg called coherent neuronal energy. It's like striking a tuning fork and holding it steady. The field begins to vibrate at the same frequency, and as it vibrates, matching patterns like money, opportunities, lucky breaks are pulled from the unseen field into your visible world. Grinberg said that when this is done with full focus, the effect can happen fast, sometimes within hours. To make it work in 24 hours, you must create a sense of urgency and focus. Treat it as a sacred appointment with reality. Set aside a quiet place, clear distractions, decide the exact amount or opportunity you want to attract, and hold nothing else in your mind for that day. Every time fear appears, return to gratitude. Every time doubt rises, return to your affirmation. Act as if it is already yours. Not pretending, but knowing. He emphasized that time is not fixed in the Sintergy field. Linear time is a property of the brain's filter, not the field itself. When your energy becomes coherent and intense, the field reorganizes quickly because it is outside time. This is why setting a 24-hour window sharpens your focus. It forces the mind to stop drifting and channel all its energy into a single signal. The stronger and clearer your signal, the faster the field echoes it back. Grinberg believed this was the true secret behind all miracles. They are not accidents. They are moments when someone's belief becomes so absolute, their energy so focused, that the field has no choice but to respond. You are not asking reality to change. You are broadcasting a new pattern so powerfully that reality aligns itself with it. And when that happens, money doesn't just come to you. It is drawn, like iron to a magnet, because your energy has become the frequency of abundance itself. Grinberg often said that the technique itself is only half the work. The other half is what you do around it, the atmosphere you create inside your mind. He called this preparing the field, and it meant shaping your inner space so that your signal to the universe stays strong, clean, undistorted. Without this preparation, the signal weakens, scatters, and loses power. The first and simplest way to prepare the field is to quiet your mind. Grinberg explained that most people live in a storm of inner noise. endless thoughts, doubts, worries, and imagined futures. This mental noise sends out mixed signals into the Sintergy Field. One moment you want abundance, the next you're thinking about failure, then you remember a past disappointment, and the signal collapses. The field cannot respond clearly when your mind is scattered. Meditation was Grinberg's primary antidote to this, but he didn't mean sitting for hours in silence like a monk. He taught short, sharp pauses, moments where you simply stop thinking and become aware of awareness itself. Just 10 breaths of stillness can clear the inner storm. When you become silent inside, your brain waves shift from chaotic beta rhythms to calm alpha and theta rhythms. These states, he said, make your consciousness more permeable to the field. They open the perceptual filter wider, letting more of the hidden energy patterns through. One of his simplest techniques was to sit with your back straight, close your eyes, and breathe slowly through your nose. Count your breaths from 1 to 10, then back down to 1. If thoughts appear, don't fight them, just return to the count. After a few minutes, your thoughts slow down on their own. The silence isn't something you create, it's something you allow. When this silence comes, your energy stabilizes. Your signal becomes pure. Grinberg also suggested creating a ritual space. This didn't mean candles or mysticism. It meant signaling to your mind that you are entering a sacred zone where your attention will not be disturbed. He often used the metaphor of tuning an instrument. Before a musician plays, they tune the strings. Before you send your intention into the field, you must tune your mind. Choose a quiet place, even if it's just a corner of a room. Remove distractions, dim the lights, sit with your spine straight, take 3 deep, slow breaths, and imagine all tension melting out of your body. This simple act of preparation tells your subconscious, this is important. It amplifies the emotional charge of your practice, which makes your signals stronger. During the day, Grinberg taught a practice he called thought watching. He said, your thoughts are like seeds constantly falling into the field. Most people don't notice what they're planting. They let negative, fearful thoughts run unchecked, and then they wonder why their life grows weeds. He advised checking your thoughts often, like a gardener inspecting soil. The moment you notice a negative thought, I'll never make money, I'm not good enough, this won't work, don't fight it. Fighting gives it energy. Instead, say silently, cancel, then gently replace it with the opposite thought. Money comes easily to me, or I am aligned with abundance. The key is consistency. Every time you redirect a thought, you strengthen the neural pathways of abundance and weaken the old ones. This mental discipline is essential because negative thoughts are like static on a radio. They scramble your frequency. Even if you send out a strong signal once, static will drown it out if you let it run all day. Grinberg said the universe is always listening, so you must become deliberate about what you are broadcasting. Of course, as powerful as these supporting practices are, challenges will appear. Grinberg spoke openly about this. He said that when you try to change your inner energy, your old mental patterns will fight to survive. They will throw up doubts, distractions, and impatience. These are not signs of failure. They are simply the old patterns being burned away by the new. Doubt is the first obstacle. It whispers, this is silly, or it won't work, or who are you to attract abundance? Grinberg said doubt is like a shadow cast by your old beliefs. It is not real. It's just the echo of your past thinking. To weaken doubt, he suggested not arguing with it. Arguing strengthens it. Instead, observe it silently. Say, there is doubt, like you would notice a cloud drifting across the sky. Then return to your practice. When you stop feeding doubt with emotion, it withers. Being distracted is another common obstacle. Modern life trains the mind to leap from one thing to another. When you sit to focus on abundance, your brain may suddenly remember errands, messages, or worries. Grinberg said this is simply the brain resisting stillness because it is addicted to motion. To overcome this, use what he called anchors. An anchor is a simple physical cue that pulls your focus back. It could be a word like now, or a gesture like pressing your thumb and forefinger together. Each time your mind wanders, use your anchor. Over time, your brain learns to return to focus instantly. Impatience is perhaps the hardest obstacle. Grinberg warned that impatience secretly broadcasts the frequency of lack. It says, "It's not here yet," and the field mirrors that message back as continued absence. He taught that you must act as if the result is already guaranteed, even if you see nothing yet. Think of planting a seed. You don't dig it up every hour to check if it's growing. You water it and trust the process. Do the same with your intention. Practice, then release. Let the field work in its own rhythm. As you continue, subtle signs will begin to appear. Grinberg said that when the field starts rearranging itself, the first changes happen in your inner world. Your thoughts will shift, ideas will come, seemingly out of nowhere. Ideas for projects, calls to make, steps to take, these are not random. They are the field guiding you to your abundance. He urged his students to act on these ideas quickly. The faster you act, the more energy flows. You may also notice small opportunities appearing around you. Someone offers help, an old contact reaches out, a forgotten payment shows up, a discount appears, or you stumble upon a new source of income. Grinberg said these are early ripples. Treat them as proof that your signal is working. Gratitude for small wins amplifies the signal for bigger ones. Another sign is what he called synchronicities. These are meaningful coincidences, patterns too perfect to be chance. You might think of someone and they call you, imagine a certain amount of money, and then see that exact number repeatedly. These synchronicities are like echoes from the field, telling you that your energy has begun to reshape reality. Even unexpected gains may appear. Small sums of money you weren't expecting, a refund, a gift, an overdue payment, suddenly released. Grinberg said that these are the field's way of testing your belief. If you celebrate them and stay aligned, the flow increases. If you doubt them or call them just luck, the flow weakens. Most importantly, he said to watch how your emotional state changes. You may feel lighter, more hopeful, more relaxed about money. This emotional shift is not a side effect. It is the first manifestation of the new frequency. The outer world follows the inner one. When you feel abundant, you are already stepping into the version of the field where abundance lives. Grinberg believed that these supporting practices are not just preparation, they are part of the technique itself. They hold your energy steady long enough for the field to echo it back. They create a bridge between your inner shift and the outer world. And when that bridge holds, reality begins to move. Right now, as you sit here listening, remember this: your energy is not fixed, it's alive. It moves, shifts, and reshapes the reality around you with every thought you choose and every emotion you allow. Jacobo Grinberg believed that what you see in your world is only a small part of the vast energy field surrounding you, and when you change your inner frequency, that field must respond. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to struggle or force. You can begin this shift today, even right now. All it takes is a few minutes of stillness, a choice to release doubt, and the courage to feel abundance as if it's already yours. When you do, you send out a clear signal, and the universe always echoes back what you send. So try this technique today. Find a quiet moment. Silence your thoughts. Feel gratitude, as if the money has already arrived. Say your affirmation softly, and walk through the rest of your day, carrying that energy inside you like a secret light. Let the world reflect it back. And when you notice even the smallest sign, an idea, a call, a gift, an unexpected opportunity, share it in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to believe in their own power to create. If this message resonated with you, if it lit a spark of possibility inside, then like this video to keep that spark alive, and subscribe to our channel Awaken Synchronicity to continue exploring these hidden techniques of the mind and energy. Because the moment you shift your energy, your reality begins to shift with it.